Dear Diary, this was the best day that I had with my family in a long time. We took pictures, we had fun. I wet my pants because of this thunderstorm, and now I'm gonna go change my underwear ASAP.
You're a monster!
Hi, I'm Jared Hoyman, and welcome back to the channel where, no, I'm not afraid of lightning and thunderstorms, that I will admit to. But hey, you are here because you want to know more about this light that creates lightning. Yes, it is a light that causes lightning, but many other things. That's just one little feature of this light. This light, oh, you want to know what the light is? I'll show you. It is the Inkee Gold Crow. And if you have never heard of this, well, that makes both of us, because I never heard of this company before, and maybe they're out there. I just didn't know about it. So they reached out to me a few weeks ago and said, Jared, would you be interested in reviewing this product? And I said, totally, because I read the specs. It looked interesting. And lightning wasn't one of them. If they would have led with lightning and said, Jared, you can create lightning with this thing, I would have been like, send me 10 of them. I want them. But that was a feature I found out afterwards, that this thing is like the flux capacitor. It is awesome. So today I am going to show you a little bit of close-up, top-down video showing more of the details of this. Then I'm going to mount it right over there into the softbox and show you what this thing can do and all the little special effect features as well. I will tell you this, the battery is amazing. The fact that you can have it charged all the time with a USB-C is amazing. And I'll just skip to the end right away. I love it. I'm probably going to order more because I love it that much. I got this for free for review. I get to keep it, but I am convinced that I will buy more of these now after that. And by the end of the video, if you are convinced as well, the links are below, and on Amazon, there's an amazing deal right now, like a ton of money off of these with a little coupon that you click on. I will leave that link below there. This is worth it for any kind of filmmaker, amateur, professional. I think this is awesome on the go, especially with the battery life that you're getting out of this. So let's do a little top down, and then I'm going to show you some more specs on what it looks like when lit in this environment. Also, if you find you like this kind of content, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you like my style, the subscribe button is right next to it. It's very close. You just have to click it, and then you're my friend. Welcome to the crazy train. Okay, this is the Inkee Gold Crow, and it just looks like a big flashlight, but it is so much more powerful than a flashlight. It would actually blind you. You don't want to play flashlight tag with this one. It might hurt. Before we turn it on, let's kind of take a look around it. Now you have these little connecting pieces, and you can decide how you want to mount it. And honestly, if you want to mount it upside down, if you want to mount it on a rack, on a ceiling, you could do that. These are just easily mountable. Plus you have the USB-C, so it can always be charged and controlled with your phone, which is nice. The other thing that comes with it is this hood. And this hood just kind of sneaks in like that. You've got these pins that lock in. So now you've got this thing that actually does look like a pretty fancy flashlight. But again, flashlight tag would not be the same because your kids would be blind. It is pretty blinding. I've tested it out on my own kids. Just kidding, I didn't. So we kind of twist it off pretty easily. By looking at this, you would think that it would not connect to a traditional softbox or a lantern box where you need to mount it in. But the cool thing is this just adjusts and comes out. And now it is actually wider in circumference right there, and it can connect right into those soft boxes or those lanterns to put it in, which is really nice because honestly, to get the best quality, that's what you're going to want to do, is put it into a soft box. Now, the way to mount this on a soft box, because as you look around, you really can't see how you would mount this perfectly. That's where this comes in. So this tool, which feels like something from Small Rig, it's just very solid. It's metal, but it comes with the Inkee Gold Crow. All you have to do, you can do this with one hand right there, is it will mount on any of these. You just kind of line it up right there, twist away. So now it is twisted. That's where you'll mount it, right on the pole. And then here is the little screw to tighten it right on your light stand. Then you can push down on this lever and adjust it as you need it. It is solid. This is the bag that it actually comes with. It's this little nice soft carry-on bag. Let's squeeze it in there. And there you go. It is all snug and fit. And then you can put it in a backpack or a Pelican case, however you want, but it has a small footprint. Now you're going to turn it on manually at first. And what you do is you just kind of crank it really quick to the right, and then it unlocks. So once it's unlocked, it's a 0. You can just start turning it to the right. And there it goes in brightness. So already bright at 9%. Here, I'll show you. It's going to blow out. We'll go to really quick. So there's 100%. I'm going to show you how you can get to 150% in a little bit. But let's turn it down to about 12%. And then the other thing that you're going to want to do is for tweaks, if you're not using the app, you just twist a little half turn to the left. Now you can change it to all those different settings right here. If you twist it to the right, just a half turn, then you can control the Kelvin. So right there is the Kelvin. So now it's going to be getting cooler. And that's how you do it all with these manual connections. But the key to this is you can actually use an app. Here is the app. We're at 70%. I could bring it up to 100%. I could bring it down to nothing, 15% right there. I can also change the Kelvin to 2700. I can bring it up to 6500 immediately. So now it's cold. So you have these fast presets built in. I can also just grab the dial and change the Kelvin as needed. And so you've got this nice bicolor, which gives you a lot of options. You can control fan speed. So it's on regular. You can up the fan speed. You don't really want to do that unless you need to. The other thing is there is this option right here, overclock option. So you can actually move this all the way to 150%. Now it'll drain battery a little bit quicker, and it will also heat up and the fan will run more. I have found 70%, the fan is super quiet. I never even hear it. But even at 100%, most of the time, you're pretty good. That is for syncing in this app. Now, there is this option, which are these lighting modes. We're going to go over this in just a little bit, but you have different lighting modes, including 3 different lighting options. There's even a TV option, a flickering light bulb, an SOS. So let's jump into that right now. Right now, I have my main key light right there, and I have my Inkee Gold Crow light right there, and it's in a soft box, and it looks great, but you can't really look and see what that's like. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you what 100% looks like on this, and I'm going to decrease it all the way down to 0. And so this is a nice filler light for me. Now this could be my key light if I wanted it to be, but no, I'm going to use it for my filler. So if we were to do this, we are going to turn off this light right here. And obviously it's a little bit dark. Now, the cool thing is you could use this app to control everything when it comes to the color. So you got the Kelvin control on here. Also the special effects and the brightness on here and the fan. Now in overclock mode, it lets you go past 100% in brightness. It actually allows you to go to 150%. So if this is 100%, not that I recommend going past 100%, but this is what 150% would look like. The fan is going to run, it's going to roar, it's going to get loud, and I wouldn't recommend it unless you really need that 150%. But let's bring it back down to 100%. Did you notice much of a difference with that? I don't know. It's easier for you to see and for me to see when I'm editing this video. But let's bring it down to 75%. So this is 75%. Then we're going to bring it down to 50%. This will give you an idea, and we can bring it all the way down to 1%, right? Right. Oh, let's do 3%. Well, okay, 1%, but let's at least do 10% so you can at least see that a little bit. And then here is 0. And the little light that you are seeing right there is actually from my computer screen. So let's bring it all the way up to, that's 150%, and bring it down to 100%. Now I am going to disable the overclocking mode because, well, I don't want to mess with things. So I would say worst case scenario, if you really need that extra then definitely go into the overclock mode and go to that 150 if you need to. But the cool thing about this, besides being an awesome, bright mobile light that just could be plugged in or using the battery, which I've been using this for probably a quarter of a day now, and I still have battery. And I've been going back and forth at 100% down to 1%, switching to 2700 Kelvin, and then going up to the 6500 Kelvin, I believe it gets to. Yep. 2700 Kelvin is the warmest and 65 is the coolest. So that being said, let's transition into the color temperature with this. Now we are actually at 5600, but let's cool it down. So we are at 6500 Kelvin right now. Very cool. It's not something I necessarily like. I like more of that 2700 to 3500. It's warmer, gives more contrast, more character to the look, especially when you have a light that is your key light that is about 5600 Kelvin. So that's what that looks like. Off, this is how blue it looks. It is a very blue looking light. It's cool. So this is with the key light with 5700 Kelvin. Let's move it to 4,500 Kelvin. And then obviously you see it's warming up a little bit. And then let's go over to 3,800 Kelvin. So 3,800 Kelvin, it is warmer. And let's go to 3,300 Kelvin, a lot warmer. This is about where I like to stay with that warmth. It reflects off the books really nicely. And you just can't complain about that contrast. And then let's just jump all the way down to 2700 Kelvin. Very, very warm, very orange. Between 2700 Kelvin and that 3300 Kelvin, that really does make it look more like it's a sunrise or a sunset. That warmth is coming in through the window, and you have this bright, cooler light coming in as your key light, and then as this little filler light. It just gives more character and warmth. Now, that's what I've been going through. Like menopause, I've been going through it, going for it. I've been going for this kind of look for a while because I wanted depth. And I've been using an LED panel, which now I'm going to use that LED panel to light the back over here. So let's turn that LED panel on to get some more depth. So if you look right over here at the American flag, it is a lot warmer. You got that nice fill background, and that light is projected over in that direction. And then we've got this nice filler light. So here. So that's what it looks like with the LED light panel that I have back there. That's a bicolor. And then the bicolor Inkee Gold Crow. That is a nice little filler on the side here. And then we've got the key light here, which is actually in a lantern. And then this one is in a nice soft box. It just fills in pretty good, but you know, that orange, it gives that look like it's coming from the window, which my window is actually right over there. Now, the thing that's been wowing me, which I never thought would wow me, is actually the special effect features on this. There are 12 special effect features, and that's including subcategories within these special effects. Some might be more delayed than others in their own field, and that's counted as one of the 12. To give you an idea, the first one is what you're looking at. It is the light function right there. So all you have to do is just go into the lighting option within the app, or on the back of the light. You can actually manually move it around and adjust it that way, which isn't difficult, but boy, this is a lot easier. And the first option again is this main light option, which is good. But then the next option is, I don't know what this is, I don't know if this would be the feature. It is like a constant blinking, and maybe you could use this in a scene that requires something that's blinking constantly. Okay, so we do have it down to 3200 Kelvin, so it's a lot warmer, but this next option for special effects is interesting because it has to be specific to really be realistic, if that makes any sense. So let me show you. Right now, we're at a warmer tone, and if I were to go into the app and I would hit, let's hit lightning. So right now, this is the lightning feature, and this is where it has to be really specific to be realistic. And what's not realistic about this is the color, because lightning is not orange. It's not yellow. It's like bright white. And so really you're going to want to bring that to, from 3200 Kelvin, you want to bring that up to about 5700 Kelvin. And that's more of the realistic lightning that you would get in a lightning storm. So this one is very delayed, and it will be more realistic when it comes to kind of that thunderstorm feeling. What I like about this is it would be very hard to fake this in post-production, especially in DaVinci Resolve and Premiere Pro. And then using, another grip to try to mimic this and get them to do it right would be difficult. But the fact that you can program this to do this and be delayed and then turn it on and off whenever you want remotely. Now there is a TV effect, and let me show you what that looks like. Is this more realistic right now? I'm watching TV. It's cops and robbers. It's cowboys and Indians. And this is what it looks like to watch TV at night. A big old CRT TV, like when I was a kid. And then we can all relate to this. This might bother some of you. This is a broken bulb. So here is a broken bulb that will flicker. And here, let's just do this so you have an idea. So that's like that flickering bulb that's broken. And then if you need help, well, there's the SOS part app giving an SOS symbol. Now, my windows are open right now and it is dark outside, which means my neighbors think I need help. And boy, are they right. I need a lot of help. And second to last, there is a feature that mimics a flash from, well, believe it or not, a camera. Yes, people use flashes still. I do. I love flashes. But this gives that mimic of a flash in the background. And so if you wanted to give that look, and it's kind of a scene with a photographer, with a model, and you're not really using a real flash, you can fake it. You can fake it on here. And so you could actually be with your camera pretending that you're taking pictures, and then this could flash every so often on the softbox. Now this last one, if you're familiar, is cherries and berries. And that means when you are getting pulled over for speeding, which happened to me the other day, yes, I am not perfect. I was speeding. And that's what this looks like. In your rear view mirror, you're like, oh crap, I just got pulled over again. But let's warm that one up, because I think that should be around, let's get it to 2700. So it's a little warmer tone, and this would be more realistic when it comes to a cop pulling you over or something. It could be a fire engine, because your cat got stuck in the tree, or your kid's head got stuck in bicycle spokes, because that's a thing. And back to normal. It's so much better on my eyes. It's like an epileptic seizure ready to happen before. So let's do this. We are at 3700 Kelvin. Let's warm her up a little bit to 28. By the way, all electronics are hers unless I tell you otherwise. You'll know the his, but mostly hers. Now, when Inkee told me they were going to send this to me, I was kind of excited for the specs that I read, but I didn't realize exactly what it was going to be like. And now after having this light, I want more. There are products I use on a regular basis that I do recommend, but this is definitely one for the price that you get, especially the deals on Amazon right now for this light, that I have to tell you, if you are in the market for a light on a budget, but not a budget look, then this is definitely the light for you. The mobility of it. I will buy more of these lights than I will buy of that light, and it's because of the portability. That light's hood is this big. This thing is not fitting inside of my bag very well. And this light, the hood is so small. Look at that. It's tiny. It's like a little little hat for me. Yes. And this one covers my baldness pretty good. But I kind of want this one. I want to look like that weirdo. I just need a monkey, and I think people will like me or pity me. But what do you think? Do you think it's impressive? Is it a light that you'd be interested in? And if it is, the link is below. It helps support this channel, and it doesn't cost you any more. If anything, I'm giving you the link with the huge deal right now that you're going to get it for like a lot less. If you made it this far, well, then hit that like button and consider subscribing because, well, I make videos like this that are awkward and make you cringe, but you want more, so you come back. Oh, and check out those cringe videos too.